Good evening, and welcome to the Shea Show. February 20th. Nope, I take it back. It's the 21st? Alright, the 21st. Whenever I upload this, you're going to figure it's the 20th or the 21st. You're not really going to know because you don't. Anyway, let's get right to it. I want to talk again about the hood. And I'm going to keep it real. Some people might not like it, but it's real talk. Some people are going to debate it, I'm certain, or try to come up with some type of alternative what I'm trying to say and twist it another way, and that's fine. Because everybody got to have their own point of view of a conversation and what they're talking about. And it's good. It's healthy. It's healthy, and I like it. Now, when I was growing up, I didn't live in the hood. Back then, they actually called it neighborhood. Neighborhood. That's what it was called back during the time when I was a teenager. It was a neighborhood. It wasn't a hood. It was the neighborhood, which simply means, break down the way I see it, neighbors were neighbors. Neighbors looked out for each other in this entire area of this neighborhood. They just looked out. They kept the grass cut. They had a nice car in the driveway. Gutters wasn't falling down. You can see the owners out there painting on their house or putting flowers out and doing some extra painting. I mean, they just doing all kind of stuff. And just like everybody is in competition on the block to have the best house, which means you created a really nice neighborhood. Oh, wow, look at this neighborhood. This neighborhood looks so nice. And that's because everything is just well kept, because everybody in the neighborhood wanted the same thing. Now, when did the neighborhood turn into the hood? Well, there's a lot of reasons why that happened. A lot of people say the auto industry changed. The big three left, and it really wasn't those type of jobs, because that was the thing back in the neighborhood days. The factory. I mean, a lot of people come up from the South. My father came up from the South, Louisiana, and come up here to the North to look for a job. That's what people did in the South. They came to the plants in the North. And my father said when he started working at General Motors, he was making like $1 an hour when he first got here. And I said, damn, $1 an hour? How did you live? $1 an hour? But see, I didn't realize, I wasn't thinking, I mean, it was a different economy back then. I mean, you still could be broke, but I guess back then, $1 an hour was something. My father ended up retiring from there after 34 years, and he ended up walking out of there. He's making $34 an hour, something like that. So, and then we went to his little retirement party at work. I never forget this shit. And this is what made me start thinking about a lot of shit. This man put his whole life into this one place to make these fucking people rich, and still try to take care of his family at the same time. So it's even trade-off, I guess. And on his retirement day, he said, well, come on, we all going up to my job. They throw me a little party and everything. I said, oh, that's nice. So Mom packed us all up and shit. And, everybody got their Sunday best and shit. And we go here to the plant up in Lansing. Never forget it. Up in Lansing. And we go into this big break room. I said, what the fuck? We go into this big break room. People's fucking having dinner and shit. I mean, eating lunch and playing checkers and shit. And then it started to really hit on me and said, damn, 34 years come to this. This is appreciation. This is the best you can fucking do for somebody who just gave you 34 years of their fucking life. And they came with this fucking clock, this little clock, the little grandfather clock, which I have right now, sitting on my mantle right now to this day. You know, they gave him this clock and award, which I have downstairs on my mantle too, for his thanking him for his 34 years of service. I mean, on some real pretty paper and inside a case plaque, and it's just like, yeah, we spent $10 for this thing. And I said, wow, you know, and that started me to thinking over the years, you know, about my life and where I was trying to go with my life, and I just don't want to be stuck. I just need to move forward some type of way. Need to find a way, you know. So that got me to thinking. It really did. But let me get back to the hood thing. See, that's another conversation there, because I can go left or right with this. You know this. I'm sitting here and wondering, how did the neighborhood turn into the fucking hood? You know, and it came to me with this next generation of kids that started coming along. You know, and they became to be parents at an early age, and they wasn't able to teach their kids shit. They started having babies at an alarming rate, and nobody knew nothing no more. The economy changed, the job was like gone, but it's no excuse to turn around and be a thug or just belittle yourself. That's not no excuse. You have to find a way to make it. Goes back to what I was just saying a few minutes ago on the other subject. You got to find a way to make it. You just can't fucking give up. But at some point, they just give up. And the way everything is structured in the hood, because the job is going, way it's structured. This shit is by design, and people don't get it. They don't understand. All this shit that's going on is by fucking design, you know. And these dummies out here killing themselves left and right on the design, and they don't even fucking see it. This is all by fucking design. This is happening, you know, in the neighborhoods. What do you see? Go to any go to any hood right now. Look at my videos. I'm going down 7 Mile, and there's a fucking fast food restaurant on every other damn corner. You got McDonald's here. You got fucking Church's Chicken right there. Like, they putting steroids in them damn things, because them burgers are big. They got Church's Chicken right there. Then right across the freeway on the lodge on your right-hand side, you got the Colonel sitting right there. Welcome, come on in here, drive through here. And and then Wendy's. I mean, all these, what's this other one? Checkers. I said, how many Motor City Soul Food? I said, Jesus Christ, there's nothing but fucking food places all around here when you sit here and look at it. I mean, so where everybody working at? And it occurred to you really quick that the only job that's going on around here this is the fast food industry now. This is it. This is it. This is a fast food industry. People making $7 an hour, $7.25, maybe $8 and shit. Can't live off that, but they try. But what about the rest of the people who can't get in those jobs? Do you realize there are people who can't even get a job at fucking McDonald's? Don't even know how to fill out an application, and they can't even get hired at McDonald's. So what happens to a person like that? He's down already. Goddamn, you can't get a job at McDonald's. It's over. You can't do nothing else. Society just told you that you can't do shit. Sink or swim. That was it. McDonald's was your last crack at life. And you can't even fucking do that. So you do. You gotta eat. You want things. You see people riding around with nice cars and nice gym shoes, and you be around this shit, and you want the same thing too, because you want to be a follower, not a leader. You want the same thing too. So how do you resort to get it? You got to go out there and you got to start stealing. You got to start taking from people. You got to go out here and murder people so you can have something, and that's fucking sad. It is. And I'm hoping that people just wake up and just, before it's too late, because this is all by design. I just watched the news like 20 minutes ago before I came on here. 20 minutes ago. Google this shit. I don't make this shit up. And what was it? River Rouge and River Rouge, or was it Inkster? I think it was Inkster. They got some plant in Inkster. Precision something something something. Some little mid plant that because you don't have General Motors and Ford and all that, the big three here booming like that no more, right? They got these other parts plants. This like they're not in Detroit. They're like in like Livonia, Ecorse, Sterling Heights, and a lot of people don't got no fucking car to get there. And when they do get on the bus, they're gonna be in like 5-6 buses trying to get to like Sterling Heights so they can go to work to get a job that's making maybe $10 an hour. That's the reality. So I'm just watching this, right? And somebody was calling in fucking bomb threats to the job, and so they're trying to get the job to evacuate the place. Well, guess what it was? Pookie worked at Precision. This was on the news, and he wanted to be off of work. He didn't want to be there. I don't feel like working today. So what did Pookie do? He called his boy Ray. Let me give you $40 and you call this fake bomb threat in and shit so they can evacuate the building and send us home. I said, what kind of shit is that? Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that? They've been doing this shit back and forth. They got to the point where they're trying to extort money out of the company. The next time Ray called in, it's going to be a bomb threat, and if you don't want this bomb to go off, send $4,000. How stupid can you freaking be? Really? Really? And you thought y'all going to get away with that? You talking about America's dumbest crooks. Oh, my God. With the way technology is, like the police chief said, hey, technology works a certain way that, you can track shit down. With social media going on, blah, 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 you can track shit down. You can track these calls, and that's what we did. Pookie works here in Precision, and that was his boy Ray. He paid Ray $40 to call in all these threats so he could have a day off of work. Oh. Ow. I was just too done. I was just too freaking done. I said, I can't believe this. Here's somebody who might have had a chance to try to make forth an effort to try to get out of the fucking hood, or try to at least do something where he won't have to rob no damn body to have something, because he got a job. If he can leave Detroit and drive or bus or however he had to do it to get to like Inkster, every day on a job, you was halfway there, bruh. You was halfway there. Now look, now they charging him with extortion, terrorist threats. Oh, these carry some heavy fucking fines, all because Pookie wanted a day off. Well, guess what? You're going to have plenty time off now. You ain't got to worry about it now. You're gonna have plenty time off. You're going to go to a place where you can exercise in the yard every day, 1 hour out of the day, and take a shower once every other week, and be in a cell with Bubba in a 6x9 with a toilet, and Bubba a big guy. No privacy. You made it. You traded a job in for this new luxury hotel that you can't leave. That you can't have Ray call in and with some type of stupid threat and evacuate the place so you won't be in jail. Oh, no. It doesn't work this way. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? I swear to God, I wish I was in a room. I'll pay just about any amount of money right now to be in a room with that guy and just look at him. Just look at him. And I would say one thing to him. Just one thing. Brother, explain that shit. Make me understand. For real. I'm here. I want to give you the benefit of the goddamn doubt. Make me understand. And wait for them to get to talking. Oh, you're going to see the mindset at work. It's a wondrous thing when you see the mindset at work with somebody like that. And you just sit here and like, hell no. It's sad, but this is shit. It's interesting. People can think like that. Oh my God. Who thinks that way? Now guess what? He doing jail. He doing jail time. Now, if he got a little Pookie at home, which I'm certain he does, or maybe 2 or 3 little Pookies at home, maybe he was there as a father. Maybe he was trying to do something from time to time. I don't know. But making dumb decisions like that, probably not. My bad. Probably not. But the point is, that father is gone. He's gone. Now, if these kids had a chance, that chance is gone. Because Pookie Sr. done did some stupid shit. So we don't know who Pookie... We ain't going to see Pookie Sr. for the next 40 years. We be grown men by then. They got no guidance. Next thing you know, it's just going down. And then they going to link up with Pooquisha, who was raised kind of like the same way and don't give a shit, and just lay down with anybody like that. I did that video the other day, that eviction over there, and you seen how nasty that chick was? I mean, nasty. Oh, my God. She left everything in that... She left everything in that fucking house. Everything. And it was food on the fucking floor under the blankets and shit. The kid, oh my God, just living like that. That was crazy. And I'm saying to myself, somebody laying down with this woman? I said in the video, I said, somebody laying down with this woman? Oh my, who would come in here and lay with somebody like that? What kind of guy would come in here for the sake of getting the punani and lay down with some? Let me tell you something. If I walked in a woman's house and we met at the club or whatever the hell it was, and she invite me to the house and shit, and I go in and go to her room and see this mayhem, all this shit clothes laying all on the fucking floor and shit, and oh hell nah. This woman ain't taking care of her body. She not even taking care of her house. I know she's not taking care of her body. She can't be. She can't be. Look at this fucking room. But you know what? You're going to find Pookie, somebody who will lay down with her, because he don't give a fuck. You know what he there for? He don't care, because he come from that too. So now you got these two people, they link up together, and they have a little Pookie. That kid is doomed. And the hood is going further down, because the cycle is going to keep repeating itself. It ain't going to fucking change. It's not going to change. And the hood is going to stay the hood. I don't know when or if there's going to be a time when you can put neighbor in front of hood again. I don't know. I'm holding out. I mean, I'm hoping maybe it won't be in my lifetime. I don't know. But if somebody listening to this now, if you're one of those persons who just you not this is so deep for me. If you're not putting forth any effort to try to do something positive, I'm begging you now, just stop and think. Think before you react. I know it's tough out there. It is. I got a story. Anybody who knows me knows my story and know where I come from. So I'm telling you, it's possible to get out the fucking hood. It's possible. It's up to you. The only person holding you up from getting out the fucking hood is you. Look at the shit y'all doing out there. You don't have to do this. Just because your father wasn't there, okay, he wasn't shit. We get it. I hear these kids talking about their fathers all the time out in the street saying, I don't know who my daddy is. They got so used to that shit, you know, saying, my dad is a deadbeat, wherever he is, I'm sure he's a deadbeat, you know. That got to be sad to hear a kid say things like that and just kind of like put it to the side like this is normal. Newsflash, that's not normal. That is not normal for a kid to sit and say, I don't know who my daddy is. And just, they go on like life is like nothing, like they was hatched from a fucking egg or something. They don't even give a shit no more because that person has not been there. And I see it so many fucking times. And I think that is the saddest shit. To see a young kid go through that. To even start life off like that. And that's what starts to put them in that direction of failure. Right there. Right there. They figure somebody else didn't give a shit. I don't give a shit. And this is what I'm going to do. And how dare, if you do come around when I'm 20 years old, how dare you tell me to do something? I don't know who you are. I ain't seen you in 20 years. Can you imagine? I grew up in a parent home, so I just couldn't imagine, but I guess that could be pretty deep, and so people got to start making these bad decisions. I was talking about this the other day in the scope, and somebody jumped all over me, Linda, in a good way. She jumped all over me because I always talk about the girls can help solve this problem by keeping their legs closed. And I didn't mean no harm. I get what you said. You said, Shea, you always said the girls. What about the guys? I hold the guys accountable too. Because guess what? It takes two. It takes two. So, but I'm getting back to my original theory. Women keep her legs closed and just don't fall for this bullshit. When the guy's trying to run that game, then you'll have less of this shit, is all I'm saying. Unless the guy going to turn around and rape them or something. A woman got to stand her ground. She the one who got the goods. The woman got the goods. She control the goods. I don't control a woman's goods. I don't. If I control a woman's goods, then I would be a pimp. But no man controls a woman's goods. So that's on them. So they make the final decision on what it is they're going to do with their thing and who they're going to give their thing to, depending on what kind of mood they in. That makes a difference. So, yes, I blame the guys too. It's love is a two-way street. But initially, it starts with the person who got the goods. I'm sorry. This is real talk. I mean, they got the goods. So we got to start changing that overall mindset. And ladies, I say this all the time. If you don't think this is a person you would marry, ask yourself that. If you don't think this is a person you would marry, then to me, you really got no business laying down with him. Or if you don't think this is a person that you can see yourself in a long-term relationship. Long-term. I ain't talking about short-term, long-term. If you can look at the man and know, women got this fucking instinct. They got this spider instinct built into them and shit. I don't know what it is with y'all. The radar goes off. You know when a man full of shit. Y'all know. You know when a man is full of shit. So what I'm saying is, since you know a man is full of shit, because y'all said, that man, but Pooquisha, he full of shit, trying to run that game on me. Yeah, girl. But you're only fooling yourself sometimes if you don't take advantage of what you already know when Pookie come along and want the punani. You got the choice to give it to him or not. You know he playing the game, so why play the game with him and you lose? Then you got to carry something for 9 months. You know that same guy from the beginning, you know wasn't going to be there. You know he's still not going to be there. And you carrying this kid for 9 months. You at 9 times out of 10, you at the hospital by yourself, or maybe with your mother, having somebody, Pookie's child, who's not here right now. Oh. Once you see that from the beginning, that's when you're supposed to start making plans. You know he's not going to be there. So you got to find a way to save your child because you know he's not going to be there. So don't disappoint. This child did not ask to be here. But now he or she is here. And it's up to you to be the mother that you're supposed to be. Which means you got to cut out the extra nightlife. You got to stop having all these different guys around your kids. You can't do that shit no more. You have to make a decision, a real fast growing up decision, and stand on it like a rock. You have to. And then, because there's a lot of good single mothers out here. I talk to a lot of single mothers right now who raise their kids and do well with their kids. I can say some of their names right now. I don't really want to get into that, but I can. What I can. I can, for one, Sweet June in Kalamazoo sticks out. She's a single mother, and she raising her kid well, well. Just she tell you, I'm the mother and the father, and she doing her thing, and I applaud her. So there's a lot of women like that. If a lot of women can be like that, or take the initiative to be like that, then you can start making a change in these kids. Don't let this be an excuse because you said, well, Pookie wasn't there. Okay, Pookie not there. We realize that. So don't mean you want to fuck your life up and the baby's life up because you know he ain't gonna be there anyway. You knew that when you laid with him. So you got to deal with the consequences of your actions. Just that simple. All I'm saying, when it happens, do the right thing. Do the right thing, because there's a lot of great single mothers out there. And if that's you that I'm talking to right now, listen to these words. I got faith in you. I trust that you're going to do the right thing. I know it's hard. I'm talking to the single women right now, single mothers. I know it's hard. I know Pookie not there. But you still have an obligation to your child that you carry for 9 months to make certain that he gets the proper education, that he don't hang out on the corner too long. You can make the difference. You don't need a man there to say you better be in before these street lights come on. I tell you that. You got to stand on it like a rock. Most parents want to be their fucking kids' friends right now, and that's another fucking problem. But that's another conversation. But that's what it is. You can't be your child's friend. You're either gonna fucking be a parent or you're gonna be the friend. I guarantee you be a friend down the road, you will fucking lose. Now, you got a lot of parents out here right now say, oh, me and Puquisha, we real good friends. That's my daughter, and we just have a great relationship. Well, that's fine. Then that means you found the balance. You found the balancing act between being a mother and being a friend. Me and Royce was my son, but Royce was also my friend. We talked about a lot of grown up shit at an early age when he was like 14, 15, 16 years old. He was like that. He's like a fucking sponge. He wanted to know every fucking thing. But he knew at the same time, he knew the boundary line. He knew I was his dad first. And when I said something, he was able to separate the two up. That ain't my friend talking right now. That's my dad talking. I better listen to this shit. Because I know the difference. And so it was so you have to know the balancing act. That's all I'm telling you. So single ladies, you can do it. I got faith in you. Just stay on top of your kid at an early age. When they start slapping at you and shit, and you say, "Oh, that's so cute," it ain't cute. Kids do a lot of shit all the time, and people first thing they say, "That's so cute." It's not cute, because when they get 12 and 13 and 15 years old, if you don't stop that fucking cuteness by then, it's gonna be too late. When they raise their hand this time, it's gonna be for real. So you can't play with your kids. You gotta let them know, no, I'm your mother, and we're not gonna do that at an early age. As soon as the kid doing something with old school, no. Slap, you gotta tap that hand. No. If you stay on your kids early like that, and instill in them about what it is to have something out of life, and if you want something, you gotta work for it. If you instill that into them at an early age, make them come in and do their homework, and maybe give them an hour of TV, maybe an hour. Don't let them sit there all goddamn day and let the TV babysit them and shit. Have some quiet time with your kids. Sit down and talk to them. Have some type of discussion. Just ask them how their day was going. Find out what was going on. Then you can find out what's going on in their world and shit. If you start doing that, they will open up to you and say, "Well, yeah, you know what, Mom? This Pookie in the place threw me out the playscape today, and I was really mad." Okay, well, you know how Pookie is. Pookie gonna do that. You just ignore that. You be the bigger person. You just ignore Pookie. because Pookie's going to be working for you one day. Oh, okay, Mom. So you got to sit down and have conversation with your kids. You have to. And if you don't have conversation with your kids where I think it should start, then it's still going to be a loss at some point. So you got to start early. And don't let them sit in front of Nintendo and X Station and all that, whatever that shit is. You can't let them do all that kind of shit because those things are babysitters. That's all they are. Those things are babysitters. You know what? I just noticed. Since I'm on the road talking, it's like 30 minutes. I talked for a half an hour. And I talked to somebody the other day who was watching me on my school. He said, I listened to you, Shea, and I fell asleep. and I said, oh, okay, damn, that's fucked up. But I get it, because some people said, hey, I like to listen to you talk. It kind of like relaxes me a little bit, and I'm able to sleep. And I will go to sleep listening to you, And so I'm putting that subliminal message in your head. When you're sleeping right now, I'm putting something in your head. So right now, this is for the people who just fell asleep. I know you sleep right now. Get up and get a cheeseburger. Get up and make some food. Get up. Yeah, you want those French fries. See, I'm putting that in their heads right now. And guess what? At some point, they're going to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and say, damn, I got to taste for some fucking French fries. Hey, listen, thank you guys for tuning into the Shea Show. We can change things. We can. We just all have to work together as a community. We have to get back to the village thing. It takes a village to raise a kid. It did. It takes a village. But if the village is fucking fighting all the damn time, it's just going to be hard. So we can do it. I have faith in everybody. Spread the message. Spread the love. This is Shea from the Shea Show. And we'll see you at the next location.